Hello, Trey McClurkin here with a great product from OSP. This we're checking out today is the 6-space shock-mounted effects rack case. And I just wanted to point out some of the features. It's just got it's got this ATA flight case styling, which means it has this aluminum edging trim all the way around it. It's a tongue and groove design where basically you've got this, here's the tongue part that sticks out, and then it goes into the groove right there, and so it just seals up very nicely. And you've got these twist lock latches. This is a new design on these latches. It basically is spring loaded, so as soon as it just opens, it just pops open. You can easily open it and close it with just one hand very quickly and easily, and you just turn it like that, it pops open. You've got these heavy duty pro grade recessed spring loaded handles on the sides there that are riveted on. Very nice, very rugged build on those. It's very high grade of latch there. You've got this ball corner, very heavy duty to protect the corners, and the 90-degree brackets there on the edges. Just adds a lot of stability on this pro level of flight case here. And then this is the shock mount version, which basically means there is this layer of foam rubber, and you can see it's very dense but yet very pliable. It's going to add some serious support and shock absorption for years of use out there on the road and bouncing around. It's got that all the way around. It's got rack rails on the front and back. Now these are steel, very high grade of steel rack rails. They're pre-tapped, so they actually have the screw holes there threaded and ready to receive the rack screws. And this is a 6-space effects rack case, and so one rack space is 1 3/4 inches. And this one looks to be right at 10.5 inches of rack rail for the 6 spaces. And they do have these rack rails on the front and the back, which is a great idea, a great design on this OSP case. And the outer dimensions of this are 14 inches deep. So this case is basically made for effects, wireless gear, anything that is pretty shallow, because you've got basically 14 inches, give or take, maybe just a little bit more of space to use. You do gain a little bit of space on these on the lids. You'll see here, which are very nicely lined with this very pliable egg crate foam. Looks like about 2 inches of inside usable space in the lid. So if you did have some equipment that was a little more than 14, maybe 15, 16 inches, it would stick out just a little bit, yet you could still close the lid just fine with no problem. Also comes with a little bag of rack screws and washers to get you started there. And then let's see what the distance is between the front rail and the back rack rail is. Looks like 12.5. Looks like about 12.5 inches front to back, the distance between the two rack rails. So you can mount things on the front and back of this case, but it's just a very well made shock mounted road tour flight case from OSP. I also want to mention that the plywood is 3/8 inch thick that's used to make this OSP shock mount case, and it's a marine grade of 3/8 inch plywood, and then has this black laminate glued to the outside. It's a very, very nice looking, very rugged case.